State University just received a $1 million grant from the National Science Foundation. Funds will go toward creating a program aimed at preparing students for careers in the semiconductor industry. The program will provide 56 paid internship placements over 3 years to students from underrepresented backgrounds in STEM fields. It's all in an effort to address critical workforce shortages and a lack of diversity in the semiconductor industry.
Local college students are left waiting for funds. The FAFSA Simplification Act was meant to make life easier for high school and college students.
Instead, it's left students unable to pay for food, rent, and tuition. Our Dylan Scott has more from a student left in limbo.
Well, it may be a free application for federal student aid, but thanks to confusion and lots of red tape at the federal level, this could end up costing many in the coming year.
It's hard to describe the level of anxiety.
Portland Community College student Scott Strain is feeling it, waiting for his financial aid funds to come through.
And it said there was a delay for the summer term, and I clicked on the link provided to see what the specific reason was, and the reason given was processing delays.
Strain, in his mid-30s, has battled addiction in his life. School has helped keep him on the right path and close to a degree that would allow him to counsel others. That is, if he can still pay his tuition.
I went from budgeting to survival mode, basically. I started having to ration everything because I don't know when money's going to come. So now I'm having to make plans for what happens if I have to quit school to pay rent.
Many local colleges Fox 12 Oregon spoke to say this is a problem that started with the federal government creating new forms in the last year, adding a backlog of issues for applicants.
Every single student in every single one of my classes is experiencing this. Two of my instructors have furiously looked online to try and find supplements for the textbooks they can't afford.
In a statement, PCC says, like many, they're experiencing atypical delays. They've already distributed more than $150,000 in emergency grant funding to students waiting on financial aid packages to pay for basic needs like housing and food. Their top priority is to successfully distribute financial aid dollars to as many students as possible by the end of July. As for Strain, with all of those bills mounting, he's hoping to hold on and finish what he started with just a few credits left to go.
After a year of everything working out pretty well, to all of a sudden be told that I'm not going to get the funding that I rely on for my existence, that's not just school that's at risk now.
And for those in the state that go to community college, the Oregon Promise Grant is another way to help pay for some of that tuition. More links on that on our website, kptv.com. In Portland, Dylan Scott, Fox 12 Oregon.
And it's not just PCC students. Delays and frustrations over FAFSA have impacted millions of students across the country. We spoke with the Vice President of Enrollment Management at Portland State. He says for some students, the university has not even received their FAFSA.
If a student filed a paper FAFSA, and last year we had 600 or 700 Portland State students that filed paper. The paper FAFSAs have not gotten to the schools yet. We have not received that information, so there's nothing. We don't even know that the student filed. So that's one. And the other big one is we've seen that students who have parents without Social Security numbers are struggling to get their information submitted.
Chuck Nepfel says that the best thing you can do if you're still waiting to get this process going is to ask your school if they've received your FAFSA and if there's anything else that they need to help process it. He also says that they're working on a billing program for students so they know if they're still waiting for funds, but there's no word yet on what that would look like and when that would be implemented.